Hello everyone, drberkkkaratas. We will talk about decadic. What does decadic mean? We will talk about that. But before we get into decadic, especially for our athlete friends and those who work out, this is important. The use of steroids for increasing muscle mass, the use of testosterone. We will create a video series about their effects. The format will be a bit different. If you're interested in these topics, please stay tuned. Now, what we call deca is actually the commercial name of a steroid brand. Erect means penis anyway. So this means the following: erectile dysfunction related to steroid use. Of course, we are talking about regular steroid use here. We're talking about continuous use, not just the one-time use. What is the name of the steroid being used? Generally, the medical name is nandrolone deca. It's the most commonly used steroid in the world for muscle building. An anabolic steroid. It's a steroid with properties similar to testosterone. So it shows effects similar to testosterone. But I call this more of a thing, fake testosterone effect, because it doesn't really act like a male hormone. There are two important features. One is its anabolic effect. What does anabolic effect mean? Anabolic effect means a growth enhancing effect. In short, does this increase muscle mass? So you're achieving our goal. There are many scientific studies. We know that those who use steroids have much more muscle mass compared to those who perform at the same level, meaning the working individuals. There's no problem with that. So far, there's no problem. If it only had an anabolic effect, I think it would be perfect. Your muscle mass would increase, you would reach your goal, and everything would be rosy. But unfortunately, that's not the case. It has a second effect, androgenic effect, but this is a bit of a fake androgenic effect. Why? Because it behaves like a male hormone, but it's actually not a male hormone. In other words, it specifically causes a decrease in male hormone levels, so it reduces the body's own production of testosterone from the testes. So basically, our testosterone levels are dropping. Secondly, there is approximately a 30% loss of firmness. In some studies, this is around 35%. In others, it's about 20%. But there's a loss of firmness of about 30%. This is what we call deca. Again, sperm production stops during use. This is one of the most common side effects. When asked about the most common side effects, these types of people say, about 60% to 70% of people say that their testicles have shrunk. The reason for this is actually the drop in testosterone levels and cessation of sperm production. So the fact that the testes are no longer functioning, of course, the question that should actually be asked here is this: okay, I used this steroid medication. My muscle mass increased. All right, these things happen too. The main question is this: so will these go back to normal when I stop? So will it go back to normal? Effects. Unfortunately, in some individuals who stop using, we see that the loss of erectile function and sperm production does not return. So, patients have to live with erectile dysfunction for their entire lives. At the same time, sperm production does not occur. Sperm production stops, and it doesn't start again. As a result, individuals experience infertility, meaning they are unable to have children. I always say this: if you're not a professional, if you're not making serious money from this, if you're not professionally involved in this field, and if you're an amateur, then sit here and think about it. Yes, using steroids will definitely increase your muscle mass, but you also need to consider the possibility of living your whole life with erectile dysfunction and no sperm production. Unfortunately, wish it weren't the case, but it has this side effect. That's why steroid use is necessary. Whether for muscle development or using external male hormones, meaning testosterone, you need to be very careful. I don't recommend it. You shouldn't use it. There are natural ways to increase it. So you need to be very careful about these things. Thank you.